la 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 la. Hello and welcome to Jebus Adventures, and this is Resonant Rise, and I've been doing quite a lot of work in this world actually. I haven't played an awful lot of it lately because I've been doing some crazy shifts at work, and if you watch my OCSIS videos I'll talk about that a little bit there too. But basically my backlog of these has now run out. And I'm playing these as you're seeing them, at least for this episode, maybe the next one too. But I have played it a little bit, and I've sort of sat here with my brain turned off watching Netflix on my other screen whilst I've been doing some things over here. And I might have got a bit carried away. I might have gone a little bit too far with some things that I've done. One of them is the castle. So that's now a pretty much fully fledged structure, which we'll go into very shortly. But I think that's pretty cool. It's not the best castle ever, really, but it looks pretty sweet, I think, from a distance at least, and it's quite good inside. We'll see that shortly. And I've been toying around with some new setups, and basically what I've concluded is that we need to get a computer pretty damn soon, because I tried to put all these chests that put in all this shit from last time into barrels to make sure I've got. And they don't work pumping. These pipes particularly. Maybe the other ones do, but these ones don't. They're just rubbish. And these barrels are not a good way of storing it. Partly because when I'm out there, my frame rate is like 20. It's not too bad here actually. I'm quite stable right now. But anyway, we can see there's lots of crap, and they're flickering somewhat weirdly, which I'm not too keen on. If they look at the wrong place, they'll sort of disappear, like there. Bit weird, but we do have a lot of crap. You can see that we've got 20 stacks of iron ores just sitting here, 5 copper ore, 2 stacks of gold ore, 9 stacks of, what's that, osmium. There's just so much crap here, loads of cool stuff. We've got 3 stacks of, whatever they are, crystals from ME, whatever it is, applied energistics. So loads and loads of stuff. I've also been going through some different worlds and stuff and mining up stuff. I'll show you about that in the bookshelf later. But basically, I found a world that had lots of gold ore in it, and I've now got a lot of gold. So yeah, that's a pretty decent thing. I haven't turned off. I think the quarry has finished its thing. Now it's still over in the deep dark dimension, but we haven't been there since. I haven't been back there lately. So it has finished, and it's just sitting there doing diddly squat right about now. Loading chunks, it doesn't need to, so I need to get that sorted really. But so I did go into another dimension, and by another dimension I mean Mistcraft dimension. So if you're lucky here, yeah. So I decided to put Mistcraft on here. It wasn't included in the mods by default. I've added it manually, which I'm surprised it worked actually, but it kind of didn't, to be totally honest. It worked in the sense that I can go into a world and I can move around and stuff, but it's so laggy, it's unplayable. The frame rate's fine, like I can play it, but every time I move forward like 3 chunks, it just freezes and waits for the chunks around it to load again, and it takes about a minute, 2 minutes to load them each time. So it's pretty much unplayable, which is why I've not bothered making videos on that section anyway, because it'll be just sitting there doing nothing for the whole time. So not happening. But they do exist. I've got these dimensions here all made here. And most of them have liquid, right in here, yes. See, that's adamantine. Oh no, that's the wrong thing again. Basically, a lot of them actually seem to have drugs in them. You know, like chemicals from the Mine Chem mod. So if you see these, we've got this one which had delphindin. This one had adamantine, which I think is a metal of some sort. This one had penicillin. This one had liquid holmium. There was nosolite, hepatazian, gelid cryothium, which is very, very good. We'll need some of that at some point, probably. Very, very cold liquid. That freezes shit. It's crazy. And then there's this one which had blood in it. It was a bit weird, but we can get blazes from there, that last world there. There's a blaze spawner right by the dissolved war barrier. So if we need blazes, we can go there. So yeah, I just messed around with them a little bit. I got some sort of pages here. We got some quite cool looking ones, like there's a mesa biome and superheated steam and the phantasmagoric inferno biome. Pretty sweet. So lots of really weird, cool looking things in there. And I got my book here as well with all these different things in here too. So we can probably make a couple of worlds for some awesome things. Maybe we could get dense ores and then put down the whatever it's called, the miner in there, maybe. I don't know. It's a possibility. But that noise you're hearing is all these villagers. These ones I've gathered up from the other worlds too. And these guys to the right all do things to do with Mistcraft. So he sells a notebook with pages in it. I've already bought one of them, which is why I've got the second book here. This one, oops, if I toggle over to it, is the ones that came with it. Nothing really that good, so I kind of regret spending 20 emeralds on it. That's a very dear thing. I didn't get any new traits from it, but whatever. Then these guys are all just pages. I got like a cold tiger biome and a Francium block, whatever that is, and a kelp forest biome. So nothing too fancy there, really. But this guy is my favourite guy in the world. He sells emeralds for books, which I've used up now, but I can get it back if I do something else. Sells emeralds for paper, which is just as good, maybe even better. He sells bookshelves with emeralds, not very good, but whatever. He sells knowledge notes, which is very good, because I don't have any clue what I'm doing with that mod. It makes no sense to me at all. That Ender, whatever it's called. Ender Compendium or something. I don't understand it, whatever. So the more knowledge I've got, the better. So I'll buy a few of them. He sells clocks, which is a bit weird, but I've not bought that one yet. So I don't know. He might have something next afterwards, but I don't know. I haven't bothered buying it. But he sells emeralds for cheap, basically, which is why he's here. And he does book stuff, so he's in the book library area. I've also got a lot of these left. I got 3 stacks of essence berries, and I'm on level 40, so I haven't died for ages. So I'm doing really well, actually. So they're there for enchanting whenever you do want to. And then, of course, the big deal here, of what has changed the most, is the castle. So I didn't do an awful lot to it. It's still got its very normal square shape. I added the circles on the edge of it, and some little blocks on top of it, and then the lights on the edges. So we've got the flat lamps here. I think we had some underneath too. Yes, we do, flat lamps underneath, and then the lighter ones here. I made a little pattern with the 3 different colours on the front, or 2 it looks like actually. So yeah, it lights up quite well at night because of all the lamps that you've got this black one all along the edge here too, and all underneath. So it's well lit at night, so you can see it from a distance. I think it's pretty good because I was finding out that when it was black, at night time, I'd look at it from down here and I couldn't see it at all because it just wasn't lit up at all. So it just blended in with the sky and it looked kind of shitty because I couldn't see it. So I put the lights all over there and it looks pretty good now, but still being discreet and black and sinister. It's pretty good. And I've added the Erebus portal to the top of it because the beacon is pretty fancy at the top. Anywho, wandering on inside, we have the glass staircase in the centre. No rooms yet. We're going to have rooms of some sort, and obviously things in here. And if you go up the stairs, you can get a second floor, which once again is totally empty, but it'll be used. And then there's the third floor, which is much smaller. It's an itty bitty floor up here, but it has a little walkway out here over this glass bridge, which I built, which is actually joined on to the rest of the sort of, there's like a gap in between there. If I fly up here, you can see it's glass on the roof, but then underneath there is hollow, so it's kind of funky. I quite like it. It's a weird design, but we've got the balcony where we can just survey our land. I'm not going to think over here yet, obviously, but we will at some point and see our farming area. So that house will eventually become kind of defunct. We're not going to use it as our main house anymore. It's too laggy over there. There's too much shit going on in that section. We need to get everything out of there and spread it out so it's all even laggier over here. But that'll be more for the farming area now. So that'll be more like chocobos, and we'll get some crops going on over here. That's the original house where we'll farm. This will be the main base. And we will put portals in here and stuff. We'll get it all set up properly. We'll get a real nice fancy base going on and go. And it won't be as hoggly-poggly, hodgepodge, higgledy-piggledy, whatever you want to call it, as it was over there. Because with this one, we built the building and then sort of added things as we were going. So we found something cool and we built it in a little corner. Like, you just remember all the machines at the back there, you just sort of see them. That's not how we want to do that. That's not the optimum way of doing that. So we'll end up rejiggering that at some point, making it a lot more empty and filling in this building instead, which I like. It's pretty cool. And then, I've done more. I dug down and I've set up the cursed earth. Ooh, why is this broken here? That's a concern. But yeah, I set up this cursed earth grinder majigger. Oh shit, hello. Die please. Oh. See, this far corner doesn't quite get caught yet. I need to put another grinder really on the far edge, which I haven't got around to doing. Oh no, we got him. But the far edge of this, like this very end row and the back row, don't get caught. But everybody else seems to get caught pretty well. When it pulses, it should just kill everything. Yeah, he's dead and he's dead. So that's gathered up the things now and it's putting it in this chest here. This is all the loot we're getting from these guys that are getting murdered, which is pretty damn good. Look at all these chain boots. We can melt these down, I think, to get iron out of it, perhaps, or... Oh, there's no usage for this. You can cook them and get steel scales. You can melt... Yeah, steel scales you get, or if you put them in the smelter, you get molten steel. So, if we need steel, we've pretty much got a damn good supply of it here. We can't get the enchants off yet, which I thought we could do at some point, but we can't. The enchants are stuck on there, so if we do melt it, we'd lose the enchants. But for steel, it could be worth it, because steel is quite difficult to make otherwise, as far as I can tell. And he's wicked. But he's dead! Did he drop anything awesome? Did I get a cool bit of loot? Yes! Some fire eggs. So these enchanted things are probably all from infernal mobs. Ouch! Why is there a gap there? Oh, I've got glass. Actually, that's good. Let's just bung that back up again. Now that should not be empty. I have had some explosions in here, which were a bit unpleasant, but whatever. And these actually are, see underneath here, there it says this brick down here. This actually is a facade. There is, see the cables go into it. Oh, look how cool the cables are. I love these Ender IO conduits. They're great. You can have all the different kinds of conduit in one tube. So, ow. Yeah, jerk. Stop shooting me. You gone. What's going on? Dude. See, so in this column right here, we have power in the green one. We have mob essence, the juice in this tube one. And then we have items in the other one. Or maybe the green one's items. But anyway, there's three things. There's items, there's fluid, and there's power, all running on the same section here, so it's really good. And these blocks here, you can see them going into this one block. These blocks are actually the cable too. If I break it, you can see that is a cable, and it is going to that, but I think it's actually going the wrong way around. I don't want it to be... no, I don't want it to actually be doing that. I want it to be inserting there. So hopefully things will go onto there at some point now, but I haven't set them up properly yet, because I added this chest after I did the floor, basically, which is why it's a bit sketchy. But we've got this... Oh, that's not right either. Break you. Have I got the thing? Yes, conduit facade. You can go there, and I'll jump up through here, and you can go there. Beautiful. So that's now got crap in it too, actually. So that'll fill up those two evenly. God, that's quite full already, isn't it? Jesus, it's gone fast. Yeah, so we've got a cool thing here. This is filling up quite fast, as you can see. This hasn't been going for very long. This has only been running for... I don't know, maybe quarter of an hour game time. So not really that much. Sorry, in real life time, quarter of an hour. It's like I built it a couple of days ago in real time, and I'm back now. But obviously, it hasn't been running in the background. It's been running when I'm playing. But you get what I mean. It's not been going long anyway. And we've already got nearly 4 tanks full of essence. Essence, we can either put it into a spawner, like another manufactured spawner, and use it to spawn animals like pigs or cows or sheep, whatever. We can then murder them for the juices, and we get more juice out of it, and we'll get more drops. So that could be pretty good. Or I think we can pipe it into an enchanter block, like a machine that enchants books randomly and just gets loads of really cool enchantments. And then, of course, we can use that to fill our library up with all the cool enchanted books. So that might be something we do, because I think that'd be pretty good. At the very least for the library, to get some cool books on the shelves. But for the most part, now we're just going to accumulate it until we know what we're doing with it. But these items just accumulating so fast and they're filling up so quick, it's made me realize we do desperately need a computer to store everything, because it's just everywhere now, particularly as we're moving everything across. I don't want to have to move all those barrels. I mean, I'm going to have to at some point anyway, because they're full of shit. But I don't want to have to move everything over here and still have all those crazy chests. I mean, look at all these chests. It's not right. I don't want this. This is not how I wanted it to be, man. So a computer would be pretty damn helpful. But the problem we have with that is that actually it would seem that I don't have the pieces that I need. Now, we did spend a long time looking for pieces, and I found 3. I've got the engineering one, I've got the logic one, and I've got the silicon one. There is a 4th one, which I can't actually remember the name of it now. If I type in press, I should be able to find it, shouldn't I? I hope. Press. Is this going to update at all? Maybe? No? Yes, it is. These ones. So we've got the calculation we need. We need the calculation, and we haven't got the name one. We don't really need the name one. But I was looking at this usage, basically. I was looking at what to use them for. And it seems that if I actually change it to applied energistics, that should do it, shouldn't it? Oh, that's how you spell applied. Applied. You need them for making the hard drives, which are very important for storing stuff in. So I don't want the chests. The chests are useless to me now. They're dead to me. Oh, they will be when I've got this working. But to make the hard drives to store stuff on, is it these ones? Yeah, storage cells. So the very cheapest one, the 1 kilobyte storage cell, uses the logic processor, which needs the logic circuit from the logic press. So the logic one we've got. And to make the 4K one, which is 4 times as big and a little bit better, uses the storage component, which needs the calculation one, which we haven't got. So we need to get a calculation to make that. But I thought, well, maybe we can skip 4. Maybe we can just go straight to 16. But annoyingly, to make the 16K storage one, you do need 4 4K ones, which makes sense when you think about it. So we need the calculation press to actually get anything better than a 1 kilobyte storage cell. So 1 kilobyte doesn't store much at all. It stores 60 different kinds and it has 1,000 bytes in it, which I know is a load of numbers and nonsense. I don't really get what's worth a byte in Minecraft. Like, I think maybe 1 dirt is 1 byte, but then if I have 64 different things. I can only fit 64 bytes in it. So say if that was a dirt block and then you got one of these blocks, that would be 2 bytes, but also be two different styles of thing. So it's basically 1 kilobyte is next to nothing, is what I'm trying to say. So temporarily we could just make lots of those, and I think I probably will. But annoyingly, these recipes, like the actual component parts here, they don't have any EMC values. So the logic process, you can't reproduce it for EMC. It shouldn't be too bad with an inscriber. I think I can probably do that. But yeah, silicon, how to make that? I need a silicon press. Have I got the inscriber silicon press? I don't even know if I have. Oh, I have. Okay, whew, panicked for a moment. I didn't actually think I had one of them, but yeah, I do. So I can make a few of them, and I think if I put them in the drive bay here with some... Oh... Have I got engineering? Okay, phew, I have got engineering. Okay, that was a moment there. A moment of panic again, but we're okay. So I can make a drive bay. I can make a lot of 64K storage things in there, and we'll get us going for at least a little bit. Where's that moved over there? I thought it was over here before, but whatever. So yeah, got hiccups now. What's going on? So we can do that, which I will do very soon, I think. Just a very basic one. We'll pop it over there, and we'll start the transfer of items at some point. But clearly that's a bottleneck. We can't just live off 1 kilobyte storage cells for the rest of our lives, because a 1 kilobyte drive is nothing. I mean, that's not even a JPEG. You couldn't get a meme on a 1 kilobyte drive. So we're going to have to get some bigger storage, and that means exploring to find more meteors with possibly chests inside. And I'm sick of flying around. Like, my flying is quite fast, but it's not really fast enough. Really, I mean, it works, but it's not the best. That was part of the reason why I did the Mistcraft, by the way, to try and hopefully find some more meteors. Found none at all, but I did get some cool loot, actually. Looking at this, I got this well-fed iron figurine of flight. When I click it, watch my hunger bar. Boop, 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 boop. Basically, I never need to eat again. I can click on this, and it'll just regenerate health. It's great, really, really good. I've also discovered the Baubles bar. I can put my Rendingale inside that. So that works great. I've also got the Soul Stealer Healing Iron Ring of Toughness. So when I get attacked or when I hit something, I get healed slowly. And I get 2.5 more hearts, which I've got down here. And Soul Stealer 5. I don't know what that does. This one is an amulet, but it shouldn't really be in here because it doesn't really have the right things on it. But if I use it, if I click it, I get damage resistance. And if I hit somebody, I can get a little bit of jump boost. And if I throw it on the floor, all the mobs around me go slow. So that's pretty good. And then this one heals the player when used, and if I hold it in my hand, it slowly repairs itself. So that, again, is a nice one. So if I'm low on health, I can just hold this and click it, and it'll heal me a little bit. So that's really cool, too. I do have another one somewhere, actually. What else have I got? I got the... we've seen that one already, haven't we? That was useless, really. I might throw it on the floor to get emeralds. This one's pretty good. I didn't show you this guy. This is the Confectioner's Stone Dagger of Excavation? Question mark? Yes, it is. So it digs big holes. It's like an excavator, basically. But I think it does every block. Doesn't do stone, but it does do wood. I think, if I remember. Maybe not. Maybe it's just dirt. Maybe it's just a digger then. So it's like an excavator for doing dirt. Let's test it out here. Yeah. So it does that. Oh my god! I mined the ore too. Actually, can I do it on this? Am I going to lose this, or is it actually going to work? I don't know. It's science. It just broke it. But if I dig... Oh my god, it didn't break it. It just lagged a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of cool. But the real fun part about this, I click on the floor, bam! I got a cake. How good's that? I mean, I've got a cake on the floor, it's a bit annoying, but it's pretty sweet, right? That's... Oh god, I need to put a cake on the wall then. So I thought that was pretty sweet. That's a good way of getting hunger in a real pinch. And then the rest of them we've already seen, so pretty garbage. I thought I had more than that, to be totally honest. Oh, maybe I do, actually, in my alchemical bag. Oh, look at all this crap. We've got loads of stuff. I forgot about these. Ender Starfield, the Dense Ores, Valine Block, whatever the hell that is. But yes, more cool stuff here. We've got the Iron Staff of Music, so I can play music whenever I click it. Bit pointless, but whatever. The Iron Helmet of Protection, damage resistance when equipped. But that's... Oh... bit weird. I'm not sure what that is. That's, yeah, a bit crappy, that is. I've got another Division Sigil, so if I ever lose the other one, I've got a spare. Because, you know, I do that a lot, it seems. God, my throat's closing up. That's not a good sign. A good sign. I thought I had more stuff. I'm sure I got some other cool things too, but I appear to have lost them. Unless I threw them in here, did I? Anything good in there? No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe I'll turn up at some point. I'll find them eventually, I'm sure. But they're not lingering in anything that I can see here, but never mind. Anyway, you may have noticed that I'm not wearing a shirt. My armor broke at some point. I forget what I was on it, to be honest. I can't remember what we enchanted these with, but it's broken and it's gone. And And to replace it, sorry, I paused for a second now, I was trying to think what to say. Basically, I've decided I'm going to try and make power armor. And it looks really quite easy in this mod pack. If I type in modular, basically the recipe for these, say look at this, an ion thruster. Anybody who's played on Ticket Light will know that these are a pain in the arse. But same thing with the HG capacitors. HG capacitor, if I look at the recipe for that, it's actually just an ender pearl, some glowstone dust, a bit of paper, and some redstone and gold nuggets. How easy is that? So I can make a fully kitted out, whatever it's power suit, really pretty cheap. And ion thruster. These are expensive in Ticket Light, really expensive. But the worst thing here, fossil emitter, got 2 of them. Bosh, it's just ender pearls and copper wire with a bit of redstone. Sorry, redstone and gold, yes, make the wire. So it's really, really super easy to do. It's like super cheap. I can't reproduce them, so they haven't got an EMC value, so I can't just throw them in the machine and make loads of them, which is a bit annoying. But when the actual recipe itself is made of ender pearls, and glowstone and redstone and even golden nuggets, I can't really complain. It's pretty damn easy. So that's what I'm going to do. I was going to do it in this episode, but we've gone a bit long now. Also, that'd be pretty damn boring to watch, I think, if I'm just sitting here crafting all those machine part thingies. So in the gap, I will make the modular power suit armor, and that will hopefully get us to be able to move around a little bit faster. And then hopefully I will have started producing the computer. Maybe I won't have started that yet, but we'll get the armor at the very least. And then we're going to shoot off in sort of that direction, maybe. Maybe we'll pick another direction. I don't know. We'll shoot off in some direction super fast so we can fly, hopefully, and we'll find another meteor if we can. That's the dream, that's the hope. Maybe I'll go that way. I haven't been that far yet, have we really? So yeah, that's what we'll do. So I'll leave it here for today. I'm going to make some modular power suits because that'd be really boring to watch. And then when we're back with modular power suits, hopefully, we can get some meteors, get the component that we need, and then start making the really difficult and hard to use computer. But it'll be totally worth it, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be totally worth it. But anyway, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little recap of an episode. If you have, a like rating would be very appreciated. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later.